Hello and welcome to our 3 Nutcracker Suite sessions where we're going to explore the music and characters and themes of the wonderful work by Tchaikovsky. And it's wonderful to be in the same space together and we're going to go through our movements and music as many of you have done this before. All you need to do is make sure that you have plenty of space to move in safely and that you're wearing comfortable clothes. We will have some standing movement in the sessions, but there will always be a seated alternative as well for you to follow. So if you'd like to make sure you have a little water at hand, we will have time in the sessions for you to take some water, take a break, or you can always pause if you need to and then resume the session whenever you're ready. So if you're ready, we're ready, and off we go with the Nutcracker Suite.
Hello everybody, we're just going to get warmed up now before we get moving with our Nutcracker exercises. So just as always, checking that we're sitting nice and tall in our chairs and that we've got a little bit of space between our back and the back of the chairs, and just having a rock through on your sit bones to really feel nice and grounded. Pulling up through the spine, feeling as though you're being pulled up towards the ceiling, and checking our feet are in parallel position, grounded, lovely into the floor. Good, all right, just releasing the arms down. We're just going to take a little bit of a warm up with me, and we're reaching our shoulders up to our ears, and really pressing those shoulder blades down your back. Let's do that again. Breathing in, lifting our shoulder blades up. And breathing out. Good. And one more time, lifting up. And breathing out. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders, circling our elbows. And breathing out as your elbows drop down. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. Last time, lifting. Let's extend those arms down, and this time you're reaching forwards, tummy onto the back of the spine, reaching up, and pressing down. Good, let's do that again, reaching forwards, tummy back into the back of the spine, lifting those arms up, really reaching, and pressing down. Last time, reaching forwards, and coming back. Pressing down, lovely. And let's just let one ear drop towards your shoulder. And just lengthening the opposite arm out slightly to the side. Feeling that opening up the neck. And when you're ready, bring the head back up to neutral. Let's switch sides, dropping one ear, extending through the arm. That's it. And then you're ready, finding neutral. Good. Let's just take a little bit of a movement through our neck, looking one way, and back to center, and the other way, and coming back to center, and switching sides, back to center, and last time looking. Good, back to center, let's give everything a bit of a shake. Reaching up and down, coming across, shooting our arms out. 1, 2, 3. And coming down again, let's do our 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. And one more time, 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. And just take a bit of a twist. Either side, through the space, let those arms float around, twisting through the spine. Good, let's reach our arms up, and open into our open fist to press down. Really nice, let's get the legs moving a little bit, pressing through one thigh, lifting up the heel, and just having a bit of a squish through the ball of your foot. That's lovely. And dropping that heel down, lifting up the toes, and just squishing that heel in a little
vertebra exercise, and we're going to be Clara in this exercise. And now the Christmas party has come to the end and the guests have gone home, and Clara is going to sleep and sleeping in this one, and it's sort of the transition to the dream world where then things start to happen and Nutcracker comes to life. So before the action we have that sort of dreamy sense and a lovely music as well. So we'll start just to check that you're sitting in the front half of the chair, feet pointing forward, heels under the knees. And finding that support through your center as well, so thinking about that sort of lovely, soft and elegant feel that this I think has, as well as that dream-like quality. So we're going to start again with our first position, drawing the shoulders down here, that nice round shape. And then we're going to softly open the arms into our second position. And then we're going to take one arm up, reaching like you take that round shape over your head. And then we're going to open this into an arabesque position. So you're going to take it slightly forward, and then like you have a big breath to reach the arms, and then lower them down. Lovely. And then we're going to come back into our first position, opening the arms to the second, and then taking the other arm up like you would draw a sort of quarter of an arch with your fingers, and then a big opening into that arabesque, open the chest, reach with the arms, and then taking the arms down. Lovely. Then we're going to sweep the arms back, all the way back, and with a sort of feeling that you're opening your chest here as you reach your arms back. And then we're going to take them forward so that one arm is floating slightly higher than the other, because straight forward. And then we're going to go towards that lower arm, and like you would sweep the air back softly and have a little lean forward there. Now, the arm that is coming across your chest, just place it softly towards your shoulder there, and then like you would hug yourself with the other arm, and we'll cross the arms across the chest here. Going to take that to the other side, so nice big opening, sweeping the arms back, open your chest, reaching the arms forward, and now the other arm is slightly higher here, so one arm higher than the other, and then we're going to sweep to the back with the arms, and then taking the arm that's across your chest, just gently placing it towards your shoulder, and then like you'd hug yourself, crossing the arms, and then lowering the arms down. Very good. I think we should try this part with the music so we can get the feel a bit better with the music. So yeah, so Mia's going to count us in. So sitting nice and tall. Thanks, Mia.
5, 6, 7, 8.
First position. And big opening. One arm crossed up into that lovely arabesque line. Reach. And back into our first. Open second. And drawing with the other arm up. Reach. And into your arabesque. Now both arms sweeping back. Open the chest. And forward. Now sweep to the side. Crossing the arms here. And again, sweep back, open the chest. Lift. And forward. And sweeping to the side. And across. Very nice. Now, we'll add on a bit more. So now we're going to think about having, again, that Nutcracker doll that we are cradling here. So we're going to cross our arms, and we're going to tap one toe forward, and that same side, elbows lifting, as we're going to sort of lean to look at our doll, and then come back into our power. We'll do that to the other side, so a little sort of side lean, lovely. And then we're going to do 4 slightly faster, so we're just going to sway the doll as we march. 3, 4. We're going to do those slow ones again, tapping and looking at the doll, and to the other side, and then 4 little sways with a soft march. Good. And then taking the outside. So really with the march is trying to work through your feet. It's like that sort of quiet, dream-like softness in the feet as well. Then we're going to come back into a part of the first section that we did with that sweeping the arms back and opening our chest. Then floating the arms forward so that one arm is slightly higher than the other. And like you would sort of push that soft air or water back to float the arms, and then we're going to cross across the chest here. Again, sweeping back, open your chest, lifting up the chest, and then floating forward, and then sweeping back. And then giving yourself a little cuddle here, like you cross your arms, and we'll finish there. Now, let's try to put the whole thing together with the music. So we'll add that Nutcracker cradling, and then the last bit, opening your chest and floating the arms. So from the top, next Nia.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Here we go. First position. Big opening. And then reaching one arm up over the head. And into that big arabesque. Second side first. Feeling that softness in that movement. Drawing up. And then a big opening reach. Now floating back, open your chest. And float forward. And crossing the arms. Lovely. And again, big sweep over the chest. And reach forward. Sweep. And now taking your doll, here we go, tap. Nice and soft. And 4 rocks. Again, slow tap. Looking at that doll. And rocking it. Now that big sweep back over your chest. And reaching forward. Sweeping that air. And across your chest. Again, big sweep back. Taking that to the side. And that soft cuddling to finish. Lovely, that was very nice.
So this session we're going to remind ourselves of the first verse of our incredibly short summary of the Nutcracker Suite. So we'll talk through our first verse and then we'll do the second verse. Okay. So our first verse starts with, "We proudly present for DFP the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky," and our moves are, "We proudly present for DFP the Nutcracker Suite," and then a beard by Tchaikovsky. Let's just sing that bit. And we proudly present for DFP the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky. Excellent. And then the next line is, "Clara and her little brother caused a lot of Christmas bother, fighting over toys their uncle Drosselmeyer has brought." So we'll just sing that little bit. Clara and her little brother, ready? And Clara and her little brother caused a lot of Christmas bother, fighting over toys their uncle Drosselmeyer has brought. Excellent. Yeah. So now we move on to verse 2, which takes us into the dream world. And we're going to start the line, "Then, when she's alone on Christmas night." So what can we have for a move for "then when she's alone on Christmas night"? What's a good move for alone?
That's a hard one.
Yeah. I mean, she's sort of gone to sleep, I suppose, so we could just do,
Yeah.
"Then when she's alone on Christmas night, Clara sees a most amazing sight." Clara sees a most amazing sight. Fantastic. Let's just do those 2 lines. Ready? And then when she's alone on Christmas night, Clara sees a most amazing sight. Nutcracker and mice at war. So Nutcracker is that sort of thing, isn't it? That's how Nutcracker goes. So,
That's, yeah.
yeah, so Nutcracker and mice at war, yes. And then fairies, cossacks, flowers and more. So you'll have fairies, cossacks, yes, fairies, cossacks, flowers and more.
Flowers and more.
Excellent. So this is quite wordy, this one. So let's go from Nutcracker and mice at war, fairies, cossacks, flowers and more. Nutcracker and mice at war, fairies, cossacks, flowers and more. And the last line is, so many things you can be sure, this ballet won't be short. Okay. So let's just, how many things has she seen? So many things you can be sure, this ballet won't be short. Oi! Okay, so let's go from the beginning of the second verse. Then when she's alone on Christmas night. Ready? And then when she's alone on Christmas night, Clara sees a most amazing sight. Nutcracker, Nutcracker and mice at war, fairies, cossacks, flowers and more. So many things you can be sure, this ballet won't be short. Oi! Thank you very much.
We are going to revisit our Drosselmeyer exercise now that we did in the last session. So hopefully you'll be a little bit familiar with the movement, but we'll just go through that quickly now, and we're going to slightly change the end that we've got this time, but I'll talk through that when we come to it. So we're sitting up nice and tall, our arms are starting down by our sides, and we've got that sharp arms flying up to the ceiling to begin with, and then they're coming down, out, straight to the sides there, good. And then you're sweeping one arm round, and we're bending our elbow here, lovely, and looking over that elbow to open that arm out into this arabesque and keep it rising to the ceiling to then windmill back the way you came, and rolling up through the spine. And we repeat that section again, so we're lifting up, out to the side, other arm this time sweeps around, bending at the elbow, unfurling that arm, lifting to our arabesque, keep it lifting to the ceiling before we windmill all the way back round and rolling up through our spine. Lovely, so that was our first section, and then we moved on to our second section with our feet, where we had a brush with one foot and drop. And as we brushed, we sent the other arm forwards and the same arm as leg that's moving out to the side. So we've got our brush and drop. We repeat that with the other leg, brush and drop. Very nice. And then we had our figure of 8 with our arms stepping through our feet. We step 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. And we go back to our brushes. We're brushing up and drop. Really sustain that there. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. And then last session, we went back to the beginning and did all of that first bit again, which we are still going to do this time, but we're going to make it slightly different. So now we're in the part of the story where the clock strikes midnight. And as Rosie was saying, there's this dreamlike section, and everything starts to move a little bit differently, and things start coming to life. So we're going to do the next part as though the clock is striking midnight, and we're kind of ticking the movements through. So hopefully it will make sense as we do then. We've got our arms up to the ceiling, out to the side. Then we're cutting that arm, breaking that arm at the elbow, and that's really sharp though, so breaking it down, and we're looking at our elbow there. The next move is we're going to look up to the ceiling, and then straighten that arm up towards the ceiling, good, and then bring everything in. And from here, we've got 3 ticks with our arm. We're going tick, 2, 3, and then clap. Good. We repeat that whole thing, so our arms go up to the side, breaking and looking up to the ceiling. Lifting that arm up, dropping down. 3 ticks. 1, 2, 3. And this time clapping above our head. Good. To signify the midnight strike on the clock, okay? So that, when we revisit that after we've done our second section with our legs, it's much more staccato and sharp through those movements, okay? So really notice the difference there in your body. Let's give that a go all the way through with the music, sitting up nice and tall.
Okay,
Thank you.
show first.
Lifting up to the side, sweeping around, unfurling up, and windmill around. Repeating up. Good, coming in, unfurling up, and around. Now the brushing brush, and again brush. Moving those feet. Good, back to the brushes, brush. And brush. And around. Good. Now really sharp movements. Bringing in, looking up, extending, down. 1, 2, 3. Again. In, looking up, extend, down. 2, 2, 3, and very good. Releasing those arms down. Really nice. Well done. We're going to do that once more through with the music. So just finding that lovely tall spine again. Arms down by our side. Lifting up to the side. Sweeping around. Unfurling up. And windmill around. Repeating up. Good. Coming in. Unfurling up. And around. Now the brushing brush. And again brush. Moving those feet. Good. Back to the brushes, brush. And brush. And around. Good. Now really sharp movements. Bringing in, looking up, extending, down. 1, 2, 3. Again. In, looking up, extend, down. 2, 2, 3, and very good. Releasing those arms.
So we're going to come up to standing if you like, next to do a few standing exercises. So if we want to come up, just moving your feet so that you stuck your heels a little bit under, and use your arms to push through the legs to come up. And just take a moment there, maybe pedal through the feet to make sure you're steady. And then for this exercise, the first exercise, we are not going to need the chairs unless you feel like you want to have your chair there. You're welcome to have it in front, or use a wall or anything you have there for support. And also, if you need to take a little water break, now's a good time to do that. So next, we're going to do the battle between the soldiers and the mice. And if you want to do seated, you can follow Louisa. So we're going to start standing, and we'll do a little bit of a marching as being the soldiers first. And they have a sort of quite angular moves in the ballet versions of Nutcracker. So we're going to start being the soldiers, and we're going to start with some marching, and we're going to have our sword in one arm. We're going to take it across and do some marching here. So marching with the arm across. I'm going to do this with the music in a moment, so you'll hear the place where we're going to step forward and then taking the arm down. We're going to take it across again. And to turn into the mice or a mouse. So we're going to do a big stamp with a sort of circle of our arms showing your big claws. They don't really have claws, but these are big ones, big sort of dream world mice. So we're going to stamp and then do a big circle over your head. And then we're going to do a lunge forward and really like you sort of use your big claws. Good. And then coming back. And we're going to take our other arm, we're going to be back in being soldiers and taking it across to go march. And then we're going to step forward. Good. And again, we're going to take it across and step forward. And then we're going to stamp the other leg and do our mouse circle. And then we're going to go forward without claws. Great. And coming in. So that's the first part. Should we try that one with the music so we can hear the places where we're going to stab with our sword? Okay.
Okay, again. 5, 6, 7, 8.
And now forward. And again across. And forward. Now step and mouse. And forward lunge. And here we go again. Sword. And step forward. And forward. Step. And forward. Very good. So that's the first part. Okay, so we're going to now be a mouse, and we're going to take our hands, like our fingers would be the whiskers, and we're going to take a lunge into the front diagonal and sniff the soldiers and then come back, and then we're going to take our stamp with a sort of slightly staccato-y mouse claws, and then we're going to take that to the other direction, sniffing with that lunge and coming back, and then stamping with the staccato arms. Good. And then we're going to go into being a soldier. So we're going to take our sword across and then really open your chest here. And we're going to lunge to the corner where the mouse is, and then we're going to just cut through with our sword and then come back and open the arm. Good. Then we're going to go back into the whiskers, going into a diagonal and coming back, and we're going to do our staccato arms and claws, and then we're going to go back into the second diagonal and stamp with the arms. Good. And then back into the soldier, we're going to take our sword, open across, really opening the chest, and we're going to lunge into that corner and cut through the mouse there and open there. Good. Fantastic. And that is the end of the second section. Now, should we do this part with the music, and we'll try to put them together. So we start with our mouse lunges.
Okay.
Thanks, Nina.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And then we stamp. And to the other corner. And stamp. Soldier. And lunge and cut. Now mouse corner. And stamp. And stamp. Soldier. Open across. And now lunge and cut. Very good. Lovely. Now we're going to try and put that whole thing together. So we're going to start with the first part where we are the soldiers first. And we're going to take our sword across with our marches. And then stick it forward. And then we're going to do that again. Across. And forward. And then we do that big stamp with our circle with those mouse hands and arms. And then we're going to do that lunge forward with our claws and coming back. And then we take that to the other side. So we're going to go across and then step forward, across and forward. And then that big circle over the head. And then we're going to come into our lunge with the mouse arms and hands. Good. and then that goes into the whisker part that we just did. So let's just see how that works. See if we can remember everything. So starting as our soldiers first. Here we go, thanks again.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And forward, again across, and forward, big bow stand, and forward, back into being soldier, marching across, and forward, cross, and forward, now big stand, and forward, close. Get ready with your whiskers. Water and circles and arcs. Here we go. Soldier, across, and cut through. And again, whiskers, water, and your cross, water, and pause, soldier, and cut through. Very good. Right, I think we should try that once more with the music. So starting as our soldiers first. Here we go, thanks again.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And forward, again across, and forward, big bow stand, and forward, back into being soldier, marching across, and forward, cross, and forward, now big stand, and forward, close. Get ready with your whiskers. Water and circles and arcs. Here we go. Soldier, across, and cut through. And again, whiskers, water, and your cross, water, and pause, soldier, and cut through. Very good.
We are going to do another standing exercise now, which is based on the snowflakes who we meet in Act 2 of the Nutcracker. And they create this kind of magical snow scene for Clara and the Nutcracker to dance through. And if you'd like to remain seated, that's absolutely fine. You can follow along with Rosa, and I'll be doing the standing version of this. So we're beginning in our parallel position. And for the first bit in the music, we've got this lovely kind of bit that sets the scene of the snow kind of coming, and it's a little bit abrupt. So we're going to just use that first bit of music to improvise. So just thinking about the snow kind of falling from the sky and maybe falling onto your skin and whether it's making you feel cold. But Mia's just going to play that lovely bit of music for us that we can improvise to. But I'll just go through our set steps that happen after that bit of the music. So we're going to bring our arms across, and as we do that, we're leaning slightly to one side, and we're in a plie. And then as we stretch our legs, we're leaning the other side, opening our arms, and there's going to be a little bit of a flutter as though snow is falling out of your fingertips. And we do that again. We plie, leaning one way, bring our arms across, straightening our legs, and we flutter. Good. And then bringing our arms down, and then we've got a 1, 2, 3, and 4. With our hands, so thinking about, again, just all of that snow falling out of our fingertips. And then you're just going to flutter your fingertips, making a circle and bringing that down in front of you. Lovely. And then we've got a bit of a swing side to side, which is nice and slow. We're taking our arms across our body, one way, and then across, That's it, lovely. And then we bring our arms a little bit higher, so they're kind of in our third position here. One arm is in front, other arm out to the side, lovely. And then they go really up above our head here. That's it. And opening up, changing sides, good. And then we're coming back into a parallel position. And we're just going to take a really nice big circle with the arms, really using your abs to pull you in here. Circling around like the snowstorm that's happening there, lovely. We go back to the beginning of our set movement. So this time we're leaning the opposite way as we plie, opening out and flutter. Again, plie, and out and flutter one arm. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Twinkling on our fingers, a little bit of a circle as they float down. Good. And we swing to the other direction first. Arms really nice and low here. Plie through, lifting up, really using those legs. Now arms are in that kind of medium position. And then all the way up. And here, if you want, you can kind of circle that top arm to take you around and up. Circling as we come into our parallel position to finish with a big, big snowstorm above our heads. And bring that down. Lovely. Okay, I think we should go straight with the music because it's such a gorgeous piece to dance. So you'll hear in the music the bit that we've got to improvise to at the beginning, and I'll call out to make sure everybody's ready to go into our set movement when it comes. So just enjoy improvising for this first bit and wait for my call. Section. So really let go with that and do whatever you want. You can move around, reaching up, reaching down, moving around your space, and then listen out for my call for when we come and we do our plie section. Okay, so let's do that one more time with the music. Thank you, Mia. And we straight to flutter and plie.
Let's just come and do a little cool down, sort of following me to some lovely music that Nia's going to play for us. And you can do this seated as well if you like, to following Louisa if you're seated. So just finding your feet firmly on the floor, standing and hip width apart, and have a little softness in your knees. And let's just start by swaying from side to side, thinking about that sort of soft snow with your fingers and arms swaying. Starting to make that a little bit bigger, taking the arms up. And let's reach up and think about that snow falling down. And sweeping the arms up again, reach. And that snow falling. Let's circle one arm, reaching up and back. Let's do that arm again, reaching up. Good. And swapping arm, reaching the other arm up, circle. And circle. Good. Let's circle our shoulders. Draw them back, circle, and one more circle. Now like you brush along your legs, so just taking a little plie as you brush forward and up. And then we go opening here. And like you would give yourself a little hug. And then softening the knees as you twist from side to side. Good. Let's reach the arms open, side, and float down. Let's do that again, brushing along the legs. Big opening here, and cross, and a little sway. Then bringing some heat into your palms. And we're going to place that warmth into our heart, and then sharing with everybody who's joining us today, just spreading out as a little thank you, and then gathering back to your heart. Let's do that again. Palms together, creating some warmth. Taking the hands to your heart, and then just spreading out as a thank you, and then taking it back in, placing the hands to your heart. Lovely. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Louisa and Nia. We hope to see you soon again.